We're back with the bigger picture.
Stand by, XY, in 3, 2.
This next story started out as a simple request at a quiet gym, but has sparked widespread debate and is about to climb all the way to Ontario's Human Rights Tribunal. Tonight, our Daryl Kaneineveld asks, what is male and what is female when the gender lines are blurred?
I'm not dumb, but I can't understand why she walk like a woman but talk like a man.
In this story, the gender mystery surrounds a certain gym patron.
She had me fooled, for sure. Women's hair, makeup, nails were done, dress, women's shoes.
She's like sound like a man?
The owner of an all-women's gym, John Fulton of St. Catharines, Ontario, says he was duped.
Invite this middle-aged woman into the club, tour her around, show her the club, come into the lobby area. She went into the women's change room, and we go up to the office, across from me. Fill out the paperwork, stop me, and introduce herself as a man.
And what did you do?
I think I paused for a moment. It threw me for a bit of a loop. I need to look into it. If I didn't say no, and I haven't said no, and I still haven't said no.
Well, was she angry about it?
But she was adamant that she get to use the women's toilet area slash change area.
That was 3 years ago, and then the letters.
Arriving from lawyers, and then human rights letters started arriving, and phone calls from human rights.
John Fulton, now accused of denying a pre-operation transsexual man access to the women's only area of his gym.
All they could say to me is that you have to let her in. Really couldn't give me a straight answer.
But now he has a date with the Human Rights Commission.
I've been painted as a bit of a redneck.
And what about the transsexual? Well, the Canadian Human Rights Tribunal is keeping that person's identity a secret. Fulton believes the she has since had a sex change operation and is no longer a man.
They're not getting a penny out of me. I don't think I've done anything wrong. At the end of the day, this is a great educational piece for the business community to ameliorate the transgender population into our businesses.
Populations Kristen Worley knows all too well.
My workout regime is...
Worley is one of Canada's elite cyclists.
I would hope, based on my qualifications.
Kristen was once Chris.
Imagine yourself presenting Daryl as you are, as a male, and that your brain gender is telling you you are female.
That struggle started at an early age.
I knew when I was 3 and 4.
But Chris developed into a man, even married a woman. But the identity conflict only intensified. And when he didn't understand his own place in the world, Chris attempted to take his own life.
10 years ago, I thought my life was over.
But in the 90s, the transition to womanhood was made. Now a design engineer, Kristen also remains married to the same woman she married when she was a man.
Married to a female?
15 years.
How would you refer to yourself now?
I'm just a heterosexual female. My life is just that.
A life she now devotes to creating awareness about gender dysphoria.
The dysphoria is actually the social construct of the pressure of being either that very close binary of being male or female.
As an athlete, Kristen is now working with some of the country's top governing sports bodies, Sports Canada and the Canadian Centre for Ethics in Sport.
Committed themselves to a 2-year program, first ever funded program to deal with transition in intersex athletes.
As for the intersex debate playing out in locker rooms...
Does that person have a right to do that, I guess, to go into that locker room?
My general feeling is no.
The St. Catharines incident, she says, is proof of ignorance.
The owner of the facility is not responsible. To make that a human rights issue is unfortunately the wrong direction. It goes back to the concept of forcing somebody else to make a decision. For someone to come in independently to think that this is solely about them, it's not always about you, and that you have a human right to have access to this. There's many other people involved and engaged in it. And so to find acceptance, you have to educate the others so they understand, and then they're not fearful of this person taking part. We really have to have a greater understanding and education about who each one of us are.
For gym owner John Fulton, well, when it was safe, he took 16 by 9 into the women's change room to showcase what he has done since the incident.
You would shower in this area, come out, you can have this actually closed. So we have the private change stall along with the shower stall.
Even if they had had the shower, they changed here, had a towel on, there's still a mat in a woman's change room.
Yeah, exactly.
So the next time a transgendered person walks through your door, what are you going to do?
Well, I think we'll find that out at the hearing.
The Human Rights Commission holds the hearing June 15th.
Coming up next week on 16 by 9.
You've probably never even heard the term surgical fire, but it's just like it sounds. A fire breaking out while a patient is undergoing surgery. It can cause serious injuries, sometimes even death.
That's coming up next week on 16 by 9.
And that's it for us tonight. If you have a story idea, give us a call at 1-877-TEL-16-9 or email tips@global16by9.com. Don't forget to blog with us right after the broadcast about any of tonight's stories. And now you can send a video message on Facebook or YouTube. Thanks for watching. I'm Carolyn Jarvis, and from all of us here, good night.
Our final word tonight goes to our 16 by 9 viewers.
I just wanted to call in and say how much I absolutely love watching 16 by 9 every week. It's so great that Canada has a show like this. I definitely watch it every week, and now my whole family is addicted to it as well.
"16 by 9, the bigger picture." That's a wrap.